Alright folks, so today we've got a MK5 Astra that has had a small, minor traffic accident. It's gone through insurance, so they've registered it as a category N, which just means non-structural. It looks like nothing, but they only really offered the guy I think he said 750 for the car. I'm sure it's only got 70,000 miles on it as a template. It's pretty good. I've been looking after it for the last 3-4 years, maybe longer, I don't know. So if the insurance company kept it, they would give him 750-ish, or he could have it back in I think they gave him 270 or something like that. So I think, I haven't looked at it, I haven't stripped it down yet to see what the damage is, but I think it just looks like a bumper, a headlight and a wing, and possibly the inner wheel arch liner, but we'll strip it down and see what it needs. Also, I don't know if the camera quality is better, but one of my mates gave me a shot of his GoPro 9. I've been using a GoPro 4 for all the previous videos. It does look a bit grainy on the 4, so he reckons this one will be much better, clearer. It's definitely a nicer camera, that's for sure, so hopefully it looks better. Maybe you'll see too much, who knows. Alright, we'll go see what the damage is on this thing, see how bad it is, see if we can sort it. Alright, so the wing is quite obviously damaged. Pushed it back into the door, so we'll need to be careful when we open the door. And it looks a bit suspicious there with being right up against the wheel, but I'm sure it's just pushed everything back. And like I said, the insurance company's put it down as non-structural, so it should be alright. And he drove it here, he said that it drove perfect in a straight line, so that probably rules out anything being bent. But the only way we're going to know for sure is to just start stripping it down. The headlight's obviously damaged, cracked. And the bumpers, there's obviously scuffs there, but I don't think we'll need to replace that. We'll see. I don't want to speak too soon. There is a crease there where it's pushed in. But hopefully maybe a bit of heat will get it straightened up again. Try and save the chap some pennies, get him back on the road again. Right, let's get it up. Alright, that's it all stripped down. I didn't want to bore you with more time lapses, and you've seen me doing it plenty of times. So the headlight and the wings definitely needs replaced. And there's a little bit of straightening up to do here. That's just got to go up there a smidgen. It's easy sorted. Yeah, so there is, as the insurance says, no structural damage. This door is okay. It obviously wasn't opened at any point. Straightened this bracket up. There doesn't seem to be any damage to the front panel. Even the washer bottle's still intact. Yeah, so it's good. Just a headlight. It doesn't even look like the bonnet's pushed back. It shuts perfect. Even the inner arch is fine. The headlight. We'll need to get one of them. They should be easy enough to get, especially the clear ones. And the wing's crumpled, bent back. The new wing. And the bumper, well, there's a slight crease there, maybe get some heat on it. The grill's fine. There's a little crack there. And the fixing bracket on the side could do a little straighten up, but you know. I'll see if I can find the bumper cheap enough, because If not, it's not a big deal. This guy's not overly fussed. It's just an A to B car for him. He has zero interest in cars. They're just a vehicle to get him from home to work and back again. It's just he's on a tight budget, so if we can do this as cheap as possible, I'm sure he'll be over the moon. So now I just need to obviously try and get the parts in the same colour, would be nice. So we need to get the colour code, which is Z4XU. So I'll go and hit eBay and the marketplace, see if anyone's breaking, and see what I can do. And hopefully we can get another Vauxhall back on the road to live for another day. Right, I've just gotten a delivery of hopefully the headlight and the new wing for this Astra, so we can get it back together. See what we've got. Oh man, it's got a broken lug. Oh, God's sake. It's always the downside when ordering parts. It's got two broken lugs actually. Oh, that's no use one. This is in here. That sucks. Alright, well, hopefully the wing's a bit better condition, really. Yeah, nice. Looks decent. Alright, well, we've got one decent part. Alright, so it's a shame that the headlight's broken. I could maybe glue one of the lugs back on, but I don't know if it'll be enough to hold it. But I've messaged the seller, it's a breaker's yard, so I'll probably send it back and be refunded, but that doesn't really help with the now. So I really need to get this thing put back together today. And as for the wing, my painter's busy for the next 6 weeks, so we can't hang on to this car for that long a time. But my painter's sort of given a rough quote, 200 quid to post it. To paint it, sorry. But it's alright, I suppose. But this guy, he's actually lives down in Dundee way, which is about 40 miles south of me. So he's going to try and get a painter down his way to paint it up. I'll just put it back on the car and put the car back together so he can have it. Because he's quite desperate to get the car back so he can get to work. So yeah, I need to sort something out with the headlight, so I'll go and do that after my cup of tea, obviously, and then I'll see where we are. Right, I'm going to offer up this wing, see how good a fit it is. Make sure everything's square. I'll give it a torch. Yeah, so that gap's massive. It wants to be about that all the way up. Which it will be actually. Yeah, cool. Yeah, a little bit of manipulation as usual. I don't know if I filmed it in the last one, but this was all bent down the way, so I've squared that up because it needs to line up there. Yeah, so I just gotta go and bolt this in, fiddle about with it, and then get it bolted down into place. I do have to swap over the repeater light and the bracket for the bumper. I'll have to take that one off of here. And we'll draw out them pop rivets and get them back on the new wing. Cool. I'll go crack on with that then. Right, so it's two days later, maybe 3 days later since I opened the headlight in the wing for that Astra. So I contacted the guy, the breakers yard, about the headlight, and they weren't bothered. They just said, okay, we'll send you your money back and just throw it in the bin. So yeah, that's all good, but obviously it didn't help the situation. I really needed the car back together that day. So anyway, I've managed to source another headlight, which should be here today, the Friday, so I can get it on and get this car back to my buddy tomorrow. Hopefully he wants to pick it up tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna get the GSI out of the garage and then pull in the Astra, and hopefully by that time Postman Pat will have delivered my parcel. Now this headlight looks really good. And the two lugs that were broken on the other one are intact, which is great. And even the third one on the bottom's in good nick. So now we can get this on and get this car put back together. Now the headlight's on. It's lined up quite nicely actually. I did have to just push in the wing a slight bit just to get it to line up nicer. But yeah, I also done. I think I finished the other day with drilling these out and never showed you putting them back in. But these Vauxhall pop roots are actually 14.6mm by 12, which I never have. I don't know why I never have them. I've always got 15mm or whatever, so I actually had to drill these out to 15mm and then put them in. So again, it reminds me I need to order some more pop rivets. Yeah, so far everything looks good, lines up good. All the bulbs even work in this headlight, which is a bonus. Just the bumper and the grille to put on. Shut the bonnet, double check everything lines up, and then I think we're good to go. Alright, so I've given it a wash. Just little things like that always make people feel good or feel better about themselves. So yeah, it's back together. Looks pretty good. I got rid of most of the scuffs. There's a little bit of dent, not dent, distortion there, and there's a scuff there. But I mean, it's not worth really replacing the bumper for that, because it's scuffed all over, and it's even worse at the other side. I can't see it too well because it's wet, but there's big scuffs and light scratches here, which would have been done before the crash. So I've clipped all this lower valance back in, splitter, and the lower grille was popped out, so I've put that back in properly. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how it's turned out. Everything's lined up quite well. It's a real shame I couldn't get the wing painted, because it does still feel like a half job, but I can't. Body shop guys, painters, they're always busy. It seems to be a dying trade for anyone that's really good. The really good guys, they're always booked up. And so you can see the difference now. If you remember when at the start it was pushed right up against the wheel, but it's all because it's all straightened up now. It looks the way it should look, which is good. So I'm sure my buddy will be, or I hope he'll be happy with that. I'm going to tell him it's ready to go, and then I'll go and edit this video, I suppose. That's another Vauxhall saved. Happy days.